It's Roman Deer Park Farmstead. It's butcher day, processing day for our birds. So we've already done a few, and I think, you know, there's already a few videos out there, but you know, it doesn't hurt to add another one just to show people how this is done. We seem to have a pretty good system, and just want to, you know, obviously warn you ahead of time. This is, you know, not meant for children, and it is, you know, bloody. So just warning you ahead of time. All right, here's the cone that we use. I'm not going to go down because it's already pretty messy down there, but it works pretty well. The way I suggest doing it is putting it in and grabbing from the bottom the head, and just hold the head down and keep it calm. Just wait a few moments just so it doesn't feel like it, you know, it's fighting you, and just keep your hand there before you do the cut. I go ahead and just do the full cut with the head completely off and throw it down into the trash can below. And just make sure you have a really sharp knife, and it's really quick. I sharpen everything up really good, and I like cut a piece of paper to make sure the, you know, knives are all nice and sharp for both the processing and this. Of course, I use a different knife for this than we use for the processing part. This is the scalder. We have the temperature set in between 130 to 170. So it's pretty quick. When it's up to the 170, make sure, you know, you do it pretty quick. It did go a little over, so I like dunked it just for a little bit, turned its feet a little, and I'll show you, just so it gets all inside there, and then pull it out. Now, we rented both the scalder and the plucker. This is a yard bird, as well as the cone that I bought. But we're trying this one out from somebody local here. We already used one from another friend of ours, and we're seeing that this one's really good. This is the yard bird plucker, and it's proving already to be better. The legs, or, you know, the where the rollers are, they're a lot wider, so it doesn't get all awkward. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a bird, and then I'll show you how we go through this process. I'm not gonna do the killing part, but I'll show you the scalding and then the plucker part. All right, so when I'm doing this, again, we want to keep the bird as calm as possible the whole time. So first of all, when you put them in, nice and calm. Yep. This happens a lot. But I have gloves too for their feet.
Yeah.
These birds have big feet. So I just keep them calm right there before I do anything, and certainly don't want to let it see the knife as it's coming around. So I'm kind of blocking its vision from the knife when it comes around, and I'll go ahead and cut this way. I won't show you that though.
And I think something different that you do is we cut the entire head off.
Yeah, I already mentioned that I cut the head completely off.
Some people just do the jugular, that's all.
Yeah, I do it really quick, so. All right, now we're gonna put it in here. Like I said, I like to splash it around a little bit here and pull out a few of these. It's not quite ready yet. Yep, that's good. It'll come off really easy. Then we put it over into the plucker. Alright, when you're doing the plucking, you want to make sure you're using the hose around it to, if there's any poop coming out of the bird, you want to make sure you're hosing that off as it's going around so it doesn't get on the bird, because there's leftover poop sometimes inside the bowels, and so you want to keep on going around that perimeter as you're doing this. This particular one has a hose connection, but we need the hose for both doing this and also later on after we're done doing the processing, which we'll show you in a little bit. All right, and this is the processing part. You always got to get the legs first. You can really see where they bend and they come off really easy. You'll see this is what's left. We discard everything. We don't keep any of this part. All right. After you're done with that, then you want to expose the esophagus and get both of those tubes exposed, because once you come out from this side, you're going to grab everything and those tubes are going to come out with all the inside, so you'll see all that come out. Now there's sometimes the craw that is going to be
like a bubble.
Yes, you'll
Right
see
there.
that. And you don't, you want to make sure that that's clean. We do
Like
not
that.
feed these birds for 24 hours because we want everything cleaned up for the processing. So 24 hours, you stop feeding them.
You just want to get all the juice.
Make sure everything's all clean in there.
So there's 1 and 2.
Okay. All right, so those are all exposed on that side. Then you come around on the other side.
And a pinch above the butt.
Yes. So you go above. This is, you'll see from the side. There's the anal gland, and then you are gonna cut a hole right here. She's got smaller hands, so it works better for her.
You just have to be careful how you're poking in, because you don't want to
Yeah, you don't want to.
poke a intestine, or so there's just a hole.
There it is. I'll come around and show you how she's gonna come in. Now she's gonna go inside the cavity and reach above on the top part all the way down. Reach above.
You'll feel it all loosening up.
Kind of, yeah. She'll loosen everything up before she pulls it all out. Everything will come out all at once. Now all those tubes on the other side should have come out. There it is right there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
Yeah.
have one more. There it is.
Yep. Trachea.
Gets everything but the lungs.
Yeah, later on you got to come back and clean out the lungs. But this is the first part. And what she's going to do is kind of cut it in a V around. You'll see there's a V-shaped part that you cut around that anal cavity. And then everything will be included with that. So I call that the V part.
And you're done.
That's it. All comes out in one package. Then you reach in and get the lungs.
And the balls.
Everything's pretty close to here, so we have a nice little system. We have our awning up here. Keep everything all nice and shaded.
We're supposed to get a thunderstorm.
Yeah, right now it's maybe in the high 60s, 70 degrees, so perfect day to do this. We've done this in really hot days, and flies, you gotta manage the flies and stuff like that. So we have over here, one of them has ice, and one of them is after you put them in the ice.
This one's ice, and that one's the other one.
And so you put them in the ice first.
No, you put them in the non-ice.
No, the
one,
on ice first.
so they don't get rigor mortis, and then we put them in ice once they are out of that stage.
I beg your pardon. So after she's done getting all the lungs, cleaning that out, she's gonna
Rinse them.
give this a nice hosing rinse.
We don't have a fancy outdoor kitchen.
Right there. We had an incident a couple days
Sorry,
ago
Roman.
with a coyote dog, and so yep, got to clean that up. Not too happy about that. There's already 2 of them that we lost from predators.
And you're done.
Good job, Mrs. Deer Park. So after we're done doing all this process and have all the birds in this ice, then I'll show you at the very end how we package these. We have to do another scalding with these particular bags to shrink fit these particular bags, and I'll show you that in a little bit. At the bottom of the plucker, I poke holes in this trash bag so it makes it to where the water drains out for the feathers when I toss those. So just a little word of advice to use. Just slice a couple holes in that bag in the corners. So we finished all the butchering, and now these are the shrink bags. We put them as much as we can in the corner of one of the bags, fit them tight into that corner first, and just kind of set them on there so flies don't get in there. Then, there goes Marcy's gonna go ahead and show you how she does this. Check
Do
this.
the feet corner.
she's putting this tube in here. Okay. Then what you do is you get a zip tie, and you just put it around it. But you don't want to do it all the way. Here, can you? Sorry.
I got it.
You want to do it just enough to where it'll go in the water. Where's the thermometer? So we have to use this
Probably could use something else,
thermometer
but
to hold it down in the water. And you got to do that for roughly about 5 seconds.
okay. Shrinks it.
It shrinks it on the bird.
Yes.
Then, here. You give me the tube. You take the tube, and then the bird goes in there. We ended up with 24.
We're gonna weigh them. Can't wait.
Yeah, we've got a couple good sized ones, but this one,
Beautiful.
what do you think? This one's about a
5
pounder.
I think we're averaging about 5, which is so good. It's like 2 meals.
Yeah, so we consume 1 chicken a week,
And get
roughly.
about 2 meals for our family of 3.
In fact, last night I did a spatchcock and on the barbecue. That is definitely one of my favorites. Oh, sorry. Sorry, it's hard to...
This is the time of the day after butchering all day that you're tired and you don't want to do anything.
Backs.
Yes.
Both
the
our back is just trashed right now. You can see all the feathers. That we didn't clean up 100%.
Oh, and not only that, it was thundering
Yeah,
and
a big
raining.
storm came in.
So
And
thank God we had the awning,
yeah,
and that didn't stop us. We kept going.
and we kept going.
Better than 100 degrees.
So, oh my gosh, this is it. Just about done. We want to weigh them
We'll let you know.
and see what we got here. But these all look great. We'll be back. And by the way, the water needs to be at anywhere between 180 to 200 degrees. Oh boy, this is a long day, but we are at the very end where we weigh the birds and put stickers on them. So
It comes in the kit.
Yeah, so it comes in the bag kit. So that helps. We wrote on the plastic before, and sometimes it just kind of came off, smudged off, so this works a lot better. That's one exhausting day. We were just tore up. So 24 birds, and if you guys can raise your own birds, meat birds, I highly recommend doing this. It's a lot of work to process, but you know, chicken is crazy expensive right now. So if you could do this, highly recommend it. I don't have the exact figures on what we spent for feed, but we did go the extra because we wanted good starter feed, and we went with our local feed store, Kinixu, and we just wanted to splurge on the food for them and make sure that they were fed really good for our own self, right? So hope you enjoyed this. You know, could be a little off-putting for some people, but it's definitely worth learning how to process your own birds. So hope you enjoyed. Talk to y'all soon. Be well.